Hey, what's up, Nick? Um, it's Friday, May. It's a Friday in May. Um, I wanted to make this video for you to go over some things that I do when I'm warming up. I sent you some tablature on some of these things, but I made some new ones for you that include all of this. So we'll just get into it. Hopefully by now you know all your notes on the fretboard, so to speak. You know how to find A, E, G, D, C, hopefully in some different spots by the octave practices that we had you doing. Right. So on and so forth, and then hopefully you learn the sharps somewhat. So if you know where G is, you know where G sharp is everywhere. G sharp. You got that extra one because there's a fret open, right? I don't know. As long as you know where they're at, it's better to know and not necessarily need to play it, but know. So you can look at it and picture patterns, scales, what have you, based around the root, the root of the whatever key you're in. So you know if you're talking about playing in, A minor, or whatever. So you're gonna know where all your A's are. Right? But this way you know where your root is. So if you know you're going to do a lick, you know you can play it places. There's warm-ups that I'm going to show you that emphasize that a little bit. Simple little 6-note patterns in octaves. Going up in octaves is a good workout because you're skipping strings and you're staying within key. So it's like A, okay, A. So you do something simple like, and then you just do it an octave higher, and then an octave higher. Simple shit like that, and backwards too. You start doing sixes backwards, Anyway, first thing I usually start out with is usually just like some simple bends and stuff. We keep everything in the key of A minor, which is C, which I'll show you why that's important later too, but everything I'm playing is in C major or A minor, which is the relative minor. Every key has a relative minor, which is very helpful because once you learn one thing, take something stupid, like for simplicity reasons, the key of C, right? Which just happens to be A minor, because every note in C, C, D, E, F, G, A, B, no sharps or flats, is also A minor. It just starts on A and goes up to A. So it's A, B, C, D, E, F, G, A. That's A minor. So it's a relative minor. And the same thing goes with D and B minor. It's got the same notes in it, just in a different order. C. A minor. C scale. A minor. Same notes. Just in a different order. once you learn C, you can play it in A minor too. So whether you got some dude playing which is the key of C major, or you have some guy playing this, you can still play leads in C major and it works. Okay, so there's your lesson in theory. Every major key has a relative minor. So once you learn a major key, you also learn its relative minor. It's just called something different because the root is in a different spot. So, first, usually to warm up, once I play a little bit and loosen up my fingers, I'll do something like to work on my finger stretches real quick. Just something like, you know. You know, and then like it's a big stretch. Right? And then I'll literally stretch my arm like this a little bit. It helps a lot. And then I'll work on stuff for my picking hand, like really just not even just my picking hand, but just synchronization between both hands. So chromatic scale works good for that. I like to practice it 2 ways, actually 3 ways. One, which would be the one you already know, which is just, you know, up here. And it's not really chromatic because you're skipping a note. If you wanted to play it chromatic, it'd have 5 notes on a string. But anyway, so this exercise, which is not really chromatic, it's just good. Like that, and then now I'll do actual chromatic. Something like this, which is actually chromatic. Now, if you do chromatic, you usually play it 4 notes per string because it's more effective. And then you have to stay chromatic, skip down a fret. So you're going down to the 11th fret. So you're starting on the 12th E, and then 11. That's chromatic. And then when you get to the second to last string, because it's a half step higher anyway, you don't have to go back a fret. So you stay on that fret. So it's just 12, 11, 10, 9, 9, 8. Those are your starting positions to keep it chromatic all the way up. And then I'll do it 3 notes per string, which means I have to, it's a strange skip, but it's cool. Right? So, and then when you get to that second to last, you're only skipping 1 now. So it's down 1 fret. So your starting frets are 12, 10, 8, 6, 5, and then 3. So, right? Yeah. Like that. It's also good to do all of these things without picking, doing hammer-ons and shit. Like, you know? You can do it quicker, obviously. It helps for moving around your left hand. Like that. Then I go to the 3 note per patterns I was talking about with you in the octaves. There's a couple of them. The first one's based on A minor, so you're just going 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 diatonically in that scale, which would be A, B, C, D, E, F, and you're not playing a G. There's no 7, so it's just the first 6, and then you move up an octave, and then repeat the same thing, and then up an octave. I've shown you before. And then I'll skip up once I get that down. I'll go down in 6s in a different position. So I'm not just going to go down from there. Not going to do that. I'm going to, once I get here, I'm going to jump up with my pinky to the next A octave and go down in 6s. So good. It's good practice for your fingers. Right? Another one that's good to practice for the fingers in octaves is same thing as the natural A minor thing we just did, 6 notes, but this time we're going to take out the 6, the F, and we're going to play that 7 that was missing before on that same string to keep it 3 notes per string, because it's hard to do shit like I mean, it's pentatonic sounding, so It's cooler to play that note on this string. It's a big stretch, but it's cooler. So you go, right? A, B, C, D, E, G, and then an octave higher. Octave higher. And you do it up and down if you can. It's pretty rough. So yeah, no 6. Right? Now try the famous blues scale, right? Pentatonically, it would be. It's weird. It's cool to phrase with. But try playing it fast. You can't. So 3 notes per string works well. So 6-note pattern, 3 notes a string. On this one, now we're gonna do. It's a real big stretch. So you got this, but it's all on one string. So you got a big stretch. It's 5, 8, 10. And then on the next string, it's weird because it goes 6, 7, 10. So it's weird. All right, and then an octave higher. Right? Practice that shit. Get better and better as the weeks go by. Don't worry about how it sounds really in the beginning. You'll get better at it, believe me. And then I do some scale exercises, which is basically me playing. To keep it simple, we'll stay with the A minor deal that we're in. And we will learn that, which again, C major is A minor, so we'll learn it as C major, but it's A minor or C major. And you should be able to play the C major scale because there's no sharps or flats, so we'll start with that. But you're also learning A minor because it's the same thing. Hint, hint. Remember that right here in this position, right? Yeah. Okay. And right here, right? Okay, and then in all the other spots, but at least right there. Or you do the other shape, which is this, right? But what you're going to do with this exercise is you're not just going to play the scale, 1 octave of it, starting with the root. You're going to start with every possible note on the neck, starting with the lowest point of the neck and going all the way up. So there's a lot of notes in this exercise. Everything's the key is C. So once you learn this, you'll know every note you can play in the key of C. So if someone's playing in the key of C, it don't matter what they're playing, what the riff is, whatever, you can solo anywhere, in every position there is on the neck. Also, A minor, because it is the same thing again. So it's helpful because a lot of rock shit's in A. Right? Or, right? It's all A. So it's good to know C because you're learning A minor too. So we'll learn C. Start with the lowest note you can play, which is an F, right? F, first fret. Everything's 3 notes per string, so you're going to play up the scale, 3 notes on every string. So you're going to have to learn all the shapes because it's a lot of different shapes. Each one's different. So obviously, since we're in the key of C, the notes, you don't need to know them, but you'll know what they are since you know all your notes now. The notes are just going to be, depending on what you're starting with. For example, the first one is F, so it's going to be F, G, A, B, C, D, E, F, G, A, B, C, D, E, F, until we have 3 notes on every string, and we're at the end. Then we're going to start over with G, the next one. G, A, B, C, D, E, F, G, A, B, C, D, E, F, G, A. So we're at the last string, then we're going to start with A, then B, then C, then D, then E, then F, and that's the whole thing, basically. I mean, then we're going to go up, actually, and do G, A, and B here, too. But so you'll know everything in the key of C, everywhere, in every position, also in A minor, which is awesome. It's a lot of work. It takes a lot of practice. So here's how it looks. Okay? It's the first one. 3 notes on every string, right? F, G, A, B, C, D, E, F, G, A, B, C, D. No. F, G, A, B, C, D, E, F, G, A, B, C, D, E, F, G, A, B. And then start with G. G, A, B, C, D, E. So it goes like this. Those ones you don't have to do, but as you can see, that's the exercise, up the whole neck. Every note in the key of C, starting with every note on the neck. Starting with F, starting with G, starting with A, starting with B, starting with C, starting with D, starting with E, F, G, A, etc., etc. So, no matter where you are, you can play in the key of C and A minor now, if you learn this. It's tricky because every shape's different. Every time you shift positions, your shape's different. See what I mean? so on and so forth, dude. But it's cool because you got a lot of different shapes in there, you know, and finger shifts. So if you know that, you can play any of that shit anywhere over the key in the key of C, over the key of C, or the key of A minor, or just the chord A minor, or just the chord C major. So, you know, you get something like. Once you learn that, where you're going, then you want to try going up with one and then down with the next one over, so you can do two in a row. Because, you know, you might want to be shift from positions. You don't always want to be in one position. Pick a position when the solo starts and stay there. You don't want to have to do that. So if you're playing in this position, which is and then you want to go down to this position, you know where you can play without moving. Back to this position. In other words, if you're right here and you're in this position, right, and you're doing the end of it, and you want to end up playing your first three notes, the lowest strings, this kind of thing, but you're in this position fingering, you don't know how to get up, so you got to get used to how you're going to get up in the new position. So just slide up to the next note and go down. Make sense? So do that too with a few of them. You know? Go down in that one. Up on G and then down in A. Fuck, what happens there? Oh yeah. It's really helpful. Awesome, man. Learn that. So that's basically what I do to warm up, and then I start playing in A minor and C. Just improvising and stuff. throw in some blues notes with it. I'll also play it in that other 3-note per pattern thing instead of being pentatonic. I'll start going like. Okay, then I'll pick some tracks from YouTube. Like, I'll pick some tracks like some backing tracks that have, I don't know, A minor or C as the backing track, and I'll solo over it. So you get something like this. Okay? That's A minor, dude. Then I'll find one that's got like you know, guitar backing track, like a different style one. Like this. want to take something that's rock, A minor, rock, faster. Oh wait, this ain't it. I already played that one. I want harmonic minor. Alright. This is that Indian track. The Indian scale, dude. Keeping it in A, right? So you got some that looks like this. So, that's how it goes, bro. Just learn how to play that shit. Once you learn that, all the other shit's so easy, dude. So easy. Late.